Can I share my, yes, just a minute. Okay. Hello, my name is Tal-li, and I'm a clinical psychology and riding guide. I am working with children with ADHD. When in my work with children with ADHD, I discovered that therapeutic horse riding led to significant improvement. However, I found a lack of comprehensive research on the topic, which inspired me to conduct my own study. ADHD, attention deficit order, hyperactivity deficit order, affect the life of child, his family, and his friends. In parallel with the search for ways to treat the disorder, parents report me about therapeutic riding. And as I said, I didn't find a certification study, but saw evidence from the field that the therapeutic riding contribute to ADHD children. From the experience in the clinic, I observed that if parental stress continue to increase, it will be difficulty to help the children. Parenting is known to parenting is known to be a complex task. Parenting normative children, additional stress that arise in day-to-day parenting responsibility and which can impact the parent-child relationship. Raising a child with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is even more challenging and may lead to high stress and the depletion of parental coping research. But why? What is the problem and how horses can help? This is one of the questions that I want to answer. I will begin with an explanation about the disorder. ADHD is a neurodevelopmental disorder found in 5% of all children in the East. It is characterized by inattentiveness and hyperactivity, impulsivity, or a combination of the two. ADHD impacts these children's academic achievement, social, and family life. Studies suggest that ADHD primarily affects executive function. And what is its executive function and why it is so affect the life of the child and their family? Executive function refer to a set of cognitive skills that help us plan, organize, and complete tasks. These skills include things like attention, memory, impulse control, and problem solving. Children with ADHD often struggle with executive function, which can impact their ability to focus, follow instruction, and regulate their emotions. This can lead to difficulty in its role in ADHD. We can better support children and their family in engaging the challenge associated with this disorder. Parents find it difficult to cope with their children's problem, and this difficulty impair their sense of parental competency. Certain daily routines are known to increase parental stress, such as homework and misconduct at school that lead to phone calls from teacher, behavioral problem at home, and relationship problem with sibling. attempt at regulation that children's impulsivity can lead to aggression from the parents, and parents are likely to feel less effective in dealing with the demand of their parental rule. They experience helplessness, anger, disappointed, fatigue, loneliness, failure, frustration, as they try to devise ways to change their children's behavior. Parental stress level were reported to be linked to the severity of the ADHD symptomatology and executive function. What is the common treatment for children with ADHD? The common treatment usually is a medication that help to the children to behave more normally. But however, despite the benefit of medication, it does not necessarily address difficulty in executive function. And we know that the executive function is the outgrowth of the ADHD. In Greece, working with the horse, I want to talk about just a little about the work, why I'm talking about horses. Working with the horse combine physical activity that focus on executive function, and therefore it is assumed that therapeutic horseback riding will help to improve executive function and self-esteem. You can see in this picture that the rider need to plan a way to go from one point to another point, and she need to plan. She need to control her emotional and to talk with make a connection with the horse. All of that and more of that are executive function, and we see that in the work with horses, it can be helped. In the present study that I want to talk to about it, we thought that to propose a method of treatment in addition to medication therapy, which may aid in improving the children's executive function and restoring their self-esteem that's damaged with this problem. We examined the contribution of therapeutic horseback riding on executive function and self-esteem and the effect on the maternal stress. The sample was composed of 123 Israeli children, were diagnosed by pediatric neurologic as having ADHD and were under medication, range in age from 6 to 12. There's mothers of this, the mother of these children was take part of the research, and the range was in, the age was in range from 32 to 42. One group was take horseback riding lesson at the stable, and the other group was waiting to take a lesson in the stable after the finishing of the study. Our hypothesis was that therapeutic riding will significantly contribute to the improvement of executive function and to increase self-esteem. The improvement in children ADHD symptom, executive function, and self-esteem as a result of the therapeutic horseback riding program will lead to reduce maternal stress. In order to examine the change in various indicators during the study, a series of latent growth models were conducted. The periods of measurement was encoded in a unit of 1 week. The mother and the children full questionnaire in 3 times, in the beginning of the study, in the middle, and in the end. The result was of the current study was, you can see here, that the I'm sorry, that the ADHD symptom was become less severe. The executive function become better. This is the executive function. The self-esteem become more better in the children, and the mother become less stressful after the treatment of their child. And we believe that, and we make a model, and this and we saw that the change in the executive function was influenced, directed in maternal stress. Our conclusion is the therapeutic horseback riding improve executive function, self-esteem, and reduce maternal stress, improving self-image, can increase motivation to learn that effect, readiness to experiment with various exercises that involve executive function, and therefore has positively influenced the executive function. Amelioration in children's ADHD symptom anti-executive function can lower maternal stress. And I hope that there will be more and more study about the contribution of horses, because it is a very, very special animal that can help children and help a lot of problem and psychological problem, and we have more and more study about it. Thank you for the listening.